You'd be surprised what you can sneak past the guards in here. Not a lot. Hey kids, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Uncle Frank, hoping that you are having a great day. And in today's video, we are sitting back in my pretty squeaky chair, relaxing and having a little conversation about Disney's Ravensburger's Lorcana. That's right, we are diving back into the world of Michael Mouse and examining how Lorcana's doing and what my thoughts on it currently are. This video is a bit, it's a bit tardy. It's a bit late. This video should have been made back in August because in August, Lorcana officially passed its 2-year mark. It's been out for 2 years and it's still going. That is quite the accomplishment. I don't know if you guys have watched some of my previous videos on this channel, but I've talked about it in the past that for the vast majority of TCGs printed in the last 30-ish years of the industry, most do not survive that 2-year wall. Either they have a difficult time balancing their game and lose players as a result, the collectability of the game kind of crumbles. Either way, they have a difficult time retaining players and a difficult time bringing new players into the game, which results in most, not all, but most, the vast majority, not surviving 2 years after the initial set. Lorcana getting past that is a pretty large accomplishment, all things considered. Now, with that said, have my opinions on the game and the company behind it really changed at all since the last time I talked about this nearly a year ago now that I think about it? No. My overall opinions towards Lorcana have not changed in any significant way. I still think it's a fun game to get into, an easy game to get into, with quite a bit of collectability behind it. There are those enchantment cards that everyone seems to like. The Disney adult is a demographic that has a lot of extra money that they are not usually spending on a kid. So, Lorcana can just appeal to that kind of person, especially if they happen to already be into card games. But, I've said it before and I'll say it again, Ravensburger is not really a company that I have a lot of confidence in. Lorcana as a game has not really experienced any real trials or tribulations. It's not experienced any hardships yet. And no, I don't count a bunch of the first chapter being printed and brought to market and driving the price down a bit. I don't count that as a real test of the game's endurance, you know? That was interesting, seeing boxes go up and down for a few months. That was an interesting little weird time in the market. Weird time for Lorcana. People were panicking, then they were super excited, then they were panicking again. Now things have stabled out, and boxes are slowly moving upwards again. We are 2 years into the game with 9 sets out. The most recent one was Fabled, which is an interesting name for a set. Don't you forget it. And the next set, which is coming out next month, is... oh god, it's Whispers in the either Woods or Whispers in the Well. It is one of those two, and I don't remember what it is because I forgot to write down notes. And then the one after that one is Winter Spell, which is a simpler title to remember, and I'm almost guaranteeing that that one has an Elsa card in it, because what else comes to mind when you hear the word Winter Spell? But yeah, I just wanted to make a quick video saying, hey, congratulations, Lorcana fans. Your game has survived, and it's probably going to be around for a while now. Once a game has really gained its audience, gained its ground, surviving that 2 years is significant, not just because most games don't, but because it does mean that it's getting new players, and it's replacing players that are cycling out. You see, the average trading card game fan is only in it for about 2 to 3 years. So a game able to grow after that 2-year mark means that not only is it getting players in, but it's replacing the players that are steadily leaving just as a natural result of daily lives, as a fact of life. So it means Lorcana on its own is good enough to keep itself going with that revolving door of players, which is a good thing. It means that the game has something to stand on, and some potential for the future, some upwards potential. That's good. That is a good thing. I, of course, like I said before, I remain pessimistic. Overall, the market's very congested right now. There are not just the big ones, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic, Pokemon, Flesh and Blood, the 6-ish games currently being printed by Bandai Namco, but there's new games that have come to market or are coming to market. There's the Gundam card game, which came out like a truck. Good luck getting a hold of any of that for cheap right now. There is Riftbound, which is coming out at the end of this month. And there's a bunch of other stuff really vying for people's attention right now. Specialty products all across the board. There's a lot going on. And, oh yeah, Star Wars too. Don't worry, Star Wars fans. I will, hopefully next month, get around to doing my yearly follow-up. I know you Star Wars fans love to remind me that the game is not dead yet. So, overall, this is a positive video. Good on Lorcana, good on Ravensburger for keeping the game going. I hope that when whatever the big challenge for the game is, whatever form it takes, whether it's a really bad set for the meta game that chases away professional players, or a really bad set for collectors, which causes a bunch of people to rage quit the collection scene. I hope that whatever challenge comes the game's way, whenever it comes, I hope that they are able to navigate through it and learn their lessons and come out the other side having improved the robustness of the game in general, and that B, the player base isn't scorned by it too much, because we've seen that a lot. We've seen players completely turned off by just a few bad decisions by some companies. I know Wizards of the Coast likes to say that Universes Beyond is very well received, but if you actually look at some of the way people talk about it, there are people who have just completely jumped ship from Wizards of the Coast over the last 3 years just for some of the most interesting decisions made by the company. And Universes Beyond is just one of them. I don't think Lorcana is going to do anything that chaotic. I don't think they're going to, I don't know. I didn't think any company was going to be stupid enough to try collector boxes besides Wizards of the Coast, but Star Wars tried that, so I don't think Lorcana is going to try anything like collector boxes, but hey, maybe they might, whatever. But for now, it looks good. If you are someone who's been interested in the game and has just been kind of waiting to see if it's going to stick around, I think now, if it's survived this long, it's a pretty good indication that it's probably going to stick around for a bit longer, too. There's not too many games that have survived for 2 years and have sets coming out after that 2-year mark. That I can't think of one that went 2 years and then, because it's almost 3 years, because they have sets planned through January. I can't think of any games that have had 2+ years and sets coming out that just suddenly dropped for no reason. So that's a good sign. That is a good sign. Because Mega Man was exactly the 2-year mark. Transformers was shot at 2 years. It's probably a good thing, yeah. So that's all I got. This is just my follow-up video saying, hey, Lorcana is looking good. I'm still personally not interested in it. I don't think I have any Lorcana anything here in the garage except for some singles. So, while I'm not personally interested in the game one bit, I can see that it is maintaining its audience, and that's good. I've said it before, but diversity in the TCG world is always a good thing. Having options for games to play is always a good thing, and I'm just glad to see positivity and success, regardless of which game it's in. So that's all I got. Please like, share, subscribe. Let me know down below. Do you like Lorcana? Do you hate Lorcana? Do you want to remind Uncle Frank that Star Wars is not dead yet? Doesn't matter. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao.